On the other side of the Jordan, there is a remarkable, fairly new excavation, archaeological excavation that's happened that's worth consideration, that's appeared in a couple of articles of Biblical Archaeology Review and various other venues as well. Hasn't got as much publicity as some things, but that's okay. What is it really? Well, it's a baptismal site. It may even be the famous Enon near Salim, where John the Baptizer was baptizing people. Now, what makes this interesting is that there is evidence as they work down through the excavation layers that this has been a site of Christian baptism, even though it's very remote. It's on the Jordanian side of the River Jordan for centuries, indeed, maybe even going back to the 3rd and the 2nd century AD. And you have to ask yourself, why would Christians be going to this remote site to get themselves baptized? There's little niches and church-like structures there for baptism in baptismal pools in this particular place. Why would they go to somewhere like that, which is in fact outside the Holy Land and known to be outside the Holy Land, to be baptized? Well, archaeologists think, well, maybe because the evidence suggests that even before the Christian era, this was a place that was being used for baptizing. Well, now who would have been using it? Well, there's two possibilities. The Qumran community, which was at the Dead Sea, further south, might have used it. But more likely, this matches up with the stories in the Gospels we have, both in John and Luke's Gospel and the earlier synoptics too, that this was a spot that John the Baptizer used to baptize people. And since it was the spot where Jesus came to be baptized, that then is why Christians began very early on to come there as a spot of pilgrimage. One other possible little correlation that's interesting about this is that though this is on the other side of the Jordan, what's most interesting about it is that it's not that far, if you will, for those who would cross the Jordan to go into the Judean wilderness where Jesus was tempted and by the devil and faced 3 mammoth temptations. A spot not far from where Jesus was driven into the Judean chalk wilderness, Enon near Salim is such a spot, and it's worth considering. Archaeology cannot prove the Bible, but what it can do is provide some confirmation for the historical veracity of the stories. And that's what may be the case in the story that we've just related to you.